Hello, my name is Mike Johnson and I'm taking an inside and outside video tour of this 2007 Fleetwood Southwind 32 VS. Okay, I'm filming this video in 2018, so when you see how brand new condition this RV looks, the filming date is June 2018, but you're looking at an 11-year-old motorhome that looks like brand new. This is a pre-recession motorhome. 2007 was the first year gas prices shot up to like $5 a gallon, and that hit the RV business pretty hard, as did the mortgage crisis, because a lot of manufacturers, including Fleetwood, were making homes as well, so they all got in trouble. But this motorhome is pre-recession, so it's built to extremely high quality standards. It's very nice. These new were about $130,000 to $160,000 price range, brand new, with a full body paint like this one is. This is a premium package on this one, so it has a full body paint, and the paint is in excellent condition. And we're going to get close in this video. We're going to show you the inside, the outside, the underside. We'll start up front. Let's get to the headlights. The headlights are nice and shiny, they're not cloudy. This one has the fog lights. It does not have rock chips and things on the front, because sometimes you might get nervous about a motorhome that only drove 1,000 miles a year. But this was built in Fleetwood in California, right here in Riverside. So this was built only about 10 miles from where we're filming this video, right here in Riverside at the Fleetwood factory. So they transported the chassis here from wherever it was made, and they assembled the motorhome here in Riverside. And this was obviously used very carefully and kept indoor storage, so the paint is in excellent condition. We're going to get up close. Let's go down the side and take a look at that. So as we take a look at the paint, and let's take a look at the awning. Looks like brand new, but this is the original awning. This awning has the metal shroud over it, so if it is parked in the sun and it's rolled up, it's protected by the sun by that metal shroud, so it doesn't deteriorate. And all the paint looks fantastic. So sometimes these motorhomes are parked outside, and when they are, I mean, that's pretty common. Not everybody has a place to park a motorhome inside. But when they're parked outside, the paint on the top, on the front and back, they tend to have problems if they're out there too long and people don't keep them waxed. But we can just look at the storage bins right here, which are, this has the flat floor slide out, and the storage looks like brand new down under here. The black hasn't seen rain or road salt or harsh conditions. So this is a flat floor slide out system, which is kind of hard to find. Only some of the nicer coaches have them. What that means is when the slide comes out, it comes out and then it drops so that your floor is flat inside the motorhome. There's not a big 4-inch hump that you're going to trip over. And a lot of motorhomes can make accommodations to work around that. But this has the flat floor slide out. It's got the deep storage with, let me see if I can put my camera in the right angle here. Full pass through. And then on the end, if you're in a confined space, you have a side access door So if you have long items that can't fit through the opening, like fishing poles, or even if you had to go to Home Depot and pick up some 10-foot sections of pipe that you didn't want to put inside, or lumber, you got room to fit them inside the motorhome. So we have the Awnings 5500 generator, which has got 50 amp power. Very low use. Even the exhaust looks like brand new. Extremely nice, quiet generator. It may sound loud in the video, but compared to the older generators, this is extremely quiet. No vibration. I mean, we're standing right next to it, so it's going to be a little bit louder right here. But when you go to the campground, you can't even hear it from inside the motorhome when it's running. And all the soundproof insulated windows and so forth. Out here we have our dump station with an outside shower. Everything is in really good condition, no rust, no corrosion. This is a California rig. It has not seen the snow. It has not seen road salts and things like that, so it's in extremely nice condition. It comes with a 50 amp power cable with an automatic transfer switch. So that's really nice because you can leave the cord on board, and then when you plug it in, you have your 50 amp power. Rear fuel fill point, and it has about a 75-80 gallon fuel tank. V5 towing package with a 7-pin connector, so it can tow a 5,000 pound trailer. Factory rated tow hitch. All the paint and everything is in excellent condition. So the main awning is an electric awning. You have additional cargo storage over here, and you have really nice tires on here. Big cargo storage, multi-filtration for your water system. And they installed these Toyo tires. These are not the original tires. The tires were replaced, and these have, of course, the Alcoa shiny aluminum rims. And there's a lot of tread on the tires. They're almost brand new. Now later on my video, I'm gonna go underneath and I'm gonna show you underneath. I have the air conditioners blasting, so we're getting a little bit of condensation dripping down from the humidity in the air. They got these big wide towing mirrors, power heated, power aiming, with these wide convex lenses and power aim. Even got the turn signal indicators in the big mirrors, and you have nice dual pane windows in this coach, crystal clear, see right through them. Nice clear windows. Very nice coach. We're gonna go inside in a minute, but as I wrap up on the outside, you've got a driver's side door with a power window. Most coaches these days do not have a driver's side door, so it's really nice to be able to get out that way if you need to, just to get out and fuel up or something. Very nice coach. They definitely use this on a regular basis, so it wasn't sitting neglected. We saw information in here that says right up until the end of 2017 they were using this coach on a regular basis and maintaining it, and it was obviously indoor stored. The roof looks like brand new, but it's the original roof because it hasn't been exposed to the dust and dirt of the air. Even the AC units, they're dark black. The original plastic, everything looks like brand new. It does have a satellite dome on top. I might get up later in the video and take a look up there, but very nice coach. So we're going to go on to the inside and take a look inside. Mike Johnson continuing on to the inside. Before we make it inside, I'm going to show you, this has the electric awning, so there's a little switch right here. You just push the button and it extends the electric awning right out there. Rolls it right out. Or you hit the switch the other way and winds it right back. Now in the old days, even in 2007, a lot of coaches, you had to get some sticks out and go out and wind them up or unwind them. Constantly doing that all the time. There we go. One more thing before we go inside, but I had to show you at night. It's dark outside. I see stars in the sky. You have LED patio light, and then this is a fiber optic grab handle here. So it actually has a fiber optic interior lighting. So when you're at the campground and this is on, your neighbors will be like, "Ooh, that's a nice RV." And because this was indoor stored, it looks like brand new. So trying to show you with the camera. Now let's go inside. Okay, we're gonna go inside and take a look at this Southwind 32 VS 2007. Take you on a quick walk around tour and then a detailed walk around tour. So first we're going to show you, has the updated TVs. We'll talk about that in a minute. This has the cherry wood interior color. It's got mostly the cloth seating, which is nice because they don't deteriorate as much in the sun. You've got seats that swivel around, so you can have a 3 living room area here, as well as your sofa, which turns into a bed, your dinette, which turns into a bed. You've got Corian countertops with the premium sink hardware. You've got your premium convection oven. All this has been professionally cleaned by housekeeping service. This one has the 4-door refrigerator with a raised wood paneling. 4 doors, 2 for the refrigerator, 2 for the freezer. It does work very well. I've had it on. Go to the bedroom, show you. Remember, this is a quick tour, and then we're going to get detailed as we go through inside. Now you've got a full walk around queen bed, and it has room on the sides of the bed, so you have room for all your sheets and blankets to tuck in on the side. As I walk around inside here, I'm going to show you things about it, and then we're going to take a minute to get detailed. But first we're going to show you. Right now we're watching a DVD on the, this also has the updated TV in the bedroom, and you can access the cabinets behind. They open. You got big wardrobe cabinet over here for your trench coats and stuff like that. So you can hang your Academy Awards dresses and trench coats in here, and the rest of your garments can hang in here. And the other wardrobe, I have various stuff in here. The manufacturer's build data is in here. I'm going to include this in the pictures. This is on a 22,000 pound gross vehicle weight rated chassis, so it's about 4,000 pounds heavier duty capability than other similar motorhomes in this class. Some of the 32 footers are only 18,000 pound chassis, but this is on the Ford V10. It's a big, strong chassis. Underneath the dinette there's storage where you can pull these drawers all the way out to utilize the storage. You can throw your bottled waters in there. Heavy items can be stored in there. You've got your 3-speed fantastic fans, and then these are very quiet. So if you're dry camping where you don't have hookups to run the AC and you don't want to run the generator, if it's not too warm, you can just turn these on and run the windows open a crack. Now this does have the dual pane windows, and we're going to talk about that. The windows are nice and clear. You can see through them. Very clear visibility through the windows. You have dual pane insulated windows, so they're insulated for sound and insulated for audio. So I'm going to show you a little bit more detail of specific items. So we're going to get detailed. First I'm going to show you the kitchen and the bathroom. Then I'm going to show you the TVs and things like that. So you have a premium full kitchen, large counter space. You can open up your countertop I had the professional housekeeping service come through and clean the countertops and the kitchen. It's nice and clean. And then these covers cover your cooktop, so you have additional counter space. You have an actual gas oven in here, which has also been professionally cleaned. The nice thing is, if you go to a campground and you want to bake and you're dry camping is where you decide you want to go to the boondocks where there's no hookups. And if it's 10 o'clock at night and you feel like cooking, you know, your neighbors sleeping in little tents may not want you to turn on your generator, so having an oven is really convenient. Now if you go to a conventional full hookup campground, you don't have to worry about it because you can run the microwave and you have unlimited power, unlimited water, and unlimited electricity at a full hookup campground. But nice, clean, professionally cleaned microwave. Now this is a convection oven microwave, which means it cooks like a microwave, but it can also bake like an oven. But then you have your gas oven, and you got really nice cabinets in here with lots of shelves, and they're carpeted, really nicely done. Nice and clean underneath here. Looks like they didn't cook much in here. They still have all the original stuff in the original packaging. Your water heater controls are right here. You have gas and electric water heater, which is a big deal. Your water pump controls. We put a brand new water pump in it because that's a critical item. Don't want anybody to have any problems. So this has a brand new water pump. The old one worked, but we didn't want to take any chances. So these pulls out. Very fancy looking pantry right here. Nice big drawers to store your stuff. Let's go on to the refrigerator. Now this is a Nor cold refrigerator. You push on and it's in automatic mode. It says we're on AC power. I am running the generator right now. And then when you turn it on, the lights and everything work on the inside. It gets cold. I did test it. It works really well. This one has an ice maker built into it, so as long as you sanitize the water system so that you know you have and that's easy to do, then you can make ice in here. It's got a little thermometer in here, but the ice tray goes and then you're making ice. So two separate freezer compartments. So you can go on a nice big camp out and support practically a whole Boy Scout troop with all the food. So kitchen and bath. So let's talk about the restroom. Now this has a porcelain toilet and it has a little handy dandy rinse wand, which is really nice, which means you can rinse everything off when you're doing your business in here. You got wall light switches here for fan and the various lights. You got nice cabinets in here. It's clean. This is not neglected. This was not sitting. This motorhome was indoor stored. And the one way you can tell right away when you come and look at the bathroom, all nice white shower material. It hasn't been exposed to the sun. Looks like brand new in here. Take a look at the, we gave you a brand new shower assembly here, so you know you don't have to take a shower with somebody else's shower head. Brand new. And this is just on the onboard water system from our onboard pump. It has a on-off switch. In an RV, if you're at the full hookup campground and you have unlimited water, you can take a shower as long as you want because it's somebody else's water. You're hooked up with the hose. But if you go dry camping, these little switches are nice because you know you get wet, rinse off really quick, turn off the water, and then you soap up, etc. This saves a lot of water, so that if you are dry camping, your water, which you have a lot of water capacity on this RV, lasts a very long time. And then this is glass shower doors with a lock, so they're nice and clean. Like I said, this whole RV I had professionally cleaned, but the previous owner, this only has 11,000 miles and it was not lived in. Look down in the shower, nice and clean down there. It's not, you're not buying somebody else's problems with this motorhome. It's very nice. Kitchen, bathroom faucet. This is like a residential premium style faucet fixture. Got a couple shower rings. You got a secondary water pump, so if you were in a rush and the water pump was off, you have a handy dandy switch to turn the water pump in case you need to come in here. You don't have to go looking for the switch. There's actually 3 positions, in here, in the kitchen, and down in the clean out station for the water pump. And up overhead you have one of these really nice, fantastic fans, and these are in weatherproof enclosures, which means if it's in a tropical storm outside, you can leave this vent open because it's weatherproof. The rain's not going to be coming in, and this is nice and quiet, so when you do your business in here, you got a fresh exhaust of the air in here, which makes all the people camping with you happy because they don't have to smell you. They don't even know what you're doing in here, which is nice. All right, so kitchen and bathroom. Now talk about the tank levels. We got our level test indicators right here saying what our tank levels are. Our battery main, our battery secondary. The battery's in great condition. Now this handy gizmo here is really nice. This is a smart electrical system management system, or electrical management system with a load meter. So right now it's running both air conditioners, both ACs. I'll talk about those in a minute. With both ACs running, it's only pulling 26 amps. Now this has a 50 amp generator, but you're only pulling 26 amps. Let's say, for example, you want to go connect to a campground or a home which has less power, maybe even an extension cord. So if the generator is not running, and we are on a 30 amp outlet, we'll turn the generator off here and demonstrate. If I turn off the generator, this has an automatic transfer switch, which means as I turned off the generator, we're still running. Now it's going to do a load sensing, and that switched to the 30 amp setting. And then I can also change it to a 20 amp setting. So if you're plugged into an extension cord in your garage, you just push the button and go to a 20 amp setting. If you're using too much electricity at the time, it'll interrupt these loads. Like all these loads, lights went off. It disconnected all of the electrical loads to make sure you don't pop a fuse or circuit breaker. This is really helpful. All you need to know is this system is taking care of you, so you're not going to be out there changing fuses or resetting circuit breakers with this vehicle. While we're talking about the vehicle systems, let's go to the front. In the front controls here, driver control area. This RV has a driver's side door, which locks. So I can open the door, I can get out, I can go check my fuel fill up at the gas station if I want to, or go out in and out this way for any reason. So to talk about the seats, these seats swivel around. This one here has a release, a little handle you unscrew, and then you can move this chair to other places in the motorhome, or it's theoretically possible to take it outside. I don't recommend that, but you could, if you don't want it here, you could move it over there. You have this nice little table that pulls out or stows away just like that. This navigator's chair swivels around, and then when you're sitting here, you have this little desk tabletop. So if you have a laptop, computer, an iPad or something, you can work on it. And because this was indoor stored, everything is clean, like brand new clean. There's not even dust in the nooks and crannies. Let's hop in the driver's seat again. The seat materials are in good condition. We'll take a close look at the seat materials because that can be an issue on some motorhomes. Especially some of the stuff built by other builders tend to disintegrate, but the flex steel seats that this one is made out of, they're made quite well and they seem to hold up very well. And it's dark now. Just to demonstrate, I turn on the engine, start it up, and we're at night, so you get a good view of the backup camera at night. We can see just fine. If we wanted to back up, we can see where we're going in the dark here. Over here you have your leveling jacks on auto level, manual level. We have a work area light underneath. All the buttons are lighted, so you have various utility lights, fog lights, power mirrors, heated mirrors, dash fans. These fans up here on the dash, you have two of them. Those are really good. Those, if you go someplace where it's cold outside, those are great for helping to defrost the window, because you got big windows and those really help a lot if you go someplace cold. And then we have 11,113 miles on the odometer, and then that's the trip meter. Engine hours is 299 hours on the engine. A lot of idling. Center console storage, your generator start stop switch, your radio to allow it in campground or engine mode. So if you turn the engine off and the radio goes off and you still want to listen to the radio, you have a radio on switch right here. That works really good. You also have these reading lights up here. So easy access reading lights if you want to peek into the compartments and so forth. Those are really nice too. So now we're going to talk about the electronics of the TVs and things like that. So you have a nice TV. This is a smart TV, brand new Vizio. So it has Netflix and the various, I got to put my glasses on to read. You've got Vudu, Netflix, Amazon TV, Crackle, some others. Right now we're watching over-the-air broadcast. Now this also has a satellite dome, looks like a brand new one on the roof. And that is a DirecTV, Dish TV mini dish. Now, some people have DirecTV, some people have Dish. I'm going to explain something real quick about satellite TV and this TV. This is not satellite that we're watching. This is over the air, old school, off the antenna. This has a TV antenna on the roof. So with digital over the air broadcast, you don't pay any subscription fees. And in the cities and even some remote areas, you'll get quite a few channels. But here we get well over 150 channels. But we've got, for example, we've got channel 7.1. Let's go to 7.1. So that's channel 7.1, channel 5.4, channel 5.3, 5.2, 5.1. And this is uncompressed digital over-the-air television broadcast. Now, that means you don't have to pay a subscription fee. Now, if you want to go to the middle of a box canyon where they won't pick up any TV stations, it does have the satellite dome on the top. I recommend for RV use to use DirecTV. I have on my home, I'm sorry, I take that back. I recommend Dish Network for RV use, and there's a reason why. I have DirecTV at home, but with DirecTV you need a gigantic satellite dish if you want high definition programming, where Dish Network will pick up the high definition programming from the mini dish, which is, so this has a Dish Network capable. And let me pull on this. This TV is on the cabinet door, so it opens, and then behind you can access your wiring if you want to use this for storage. I don't necessarily recommend it, but you could put some gadgets back here. And then this cabinet locks into position, so you can get behind the TV very easily. And then on the left side is a place for you to put your Dish or DirecTV receiver. On the right side is your switching units, so you have choice of cable or satellite or campground connections. Over here you have your VCR and DVD player and your switch selector, so if there's a movie playing here, you can select which TV it goes to. This has two TVs in it. It supports an outdoor TV as well. There are hookups for the outdoor TV. And since we're talking about the gadgets and gizmos, you've got your radio, you got speakers over here, and you got speakers in the bedroom for your dash radio. All the various lights and electronics. Now, this is a low power TV. It can, if you want, run on battery power alone without using the generator. I need to put a little inverter on it if you want that. That's easy to do. Let me know. The rear bedroom TV does not require the generator. It does not require the RV to be plugged in. It runs off the RV battery. Let's take a look at that. So right now on the bedroom TV, we're watching a movie. We're watching Bolt. And it has the same cabinet enclosure type of thing, where you can access the cabinet behind. It's hinged, and then there's this DVD slot in the side of the television. So if I want to eject the disc right now, so if I push eject, the disc comes right out the side of the TV, and you have your DVD back there, and you can change it very easily. So, and if not, then you just pull the cabinet forward and you can access it very easy. And then this is also a smart capable TV. I'm going to change the source to TV, and then we're getting the same digital over the air broadcast, getting over 150 channels in this area.
Tell you the truth, I think she damaged me.
That's 9.1. Let's change it to 7.1. Turn the volume down. So that's free over the air broadcast, but these are smart TVs. So if you go to the RV campground and you hook up your cable to the little tower outside, you can also tune to cable TV if you don't want to pay the satellite service, in case you can't get over the air broadcast. It has that too. And this used to have the boxy box TVs, not anymore. You got all kinds of reading lights in the bedroom. You got your speakers over the bed, so you can turn on your radio and listen to sound. You've got power outlets next to the bed, so you can plug in your phone chargers and iPad chargers right next to the bed there. So I've lifted up the bed so you can see there's storage underneath. Well, let's take a look here. I turn on my little movie light. There's a lot of storage underneath the bed, so you can put all your blankets and comforters and pillows and extra stuff underneath the bed. The carpet is in super clean, excellent condition. You've got a lot of cabinet drawers here with the premium roller glide hardware. You've got a vacuum cleaner included in the RV, and you've got all sorts of outlets in the bedroom. 12 volt, 110. Your fuse panels are right here, and then your residential style electrical panel is here with your circuit breakers. So if you ever do pop a circuit breaker, you have it right here. but it's unlikely because it's a very well developed system. And then the TV is recessed into the cabinet, so it's put back in there, so you're not going to bang into the TV when you walk by. It's recessed into the cabinet, which is really nice. It doesn't intrude, and then there's storage behind it as well. Beside the bed, everything is clean. You got storage, overhead storage, a big mirror back here to make it look bigger, because this is a 32 foot, so this is actually not too long of a motorhome. I mean, motorhomes like this can be up to 40 feet long, and the 40 footers are much harder to drive, but this one is easy to drive because it's only a 32 footer. So you can release this door and then close it off for privacy. You got little wall light switches and various reading lights in the bedroom. Open it back up, and then just step on that to lock your door into position. Over here, jackets, storage underneath, all sorts of storage in the restroom. Down under the cabinet, you got your hidden toilet paper roll and foot pedal operated toilet. So people like to ask me how much room is there when you put the slide in. So the slide controls are up in the overhead. Driver's side, passenger side. We're going to run the slide in, and it goes right in. It's electrically operated slide out, so you don't have to worry about any hydraulic fluids or anything like that. All the slides and the leveling jacks are electrically operated, so there's no hydraulic fluids to leak out or anything. This is really nice. And then it's still possible to sleep in here if you had to. Pinch comes to shove, you could potentially sleep in here. But this has a nice extra large cabinet. You'll notice some RVs have a smaller, shallower cabinet, but this has a nice big deep one, so they do come out a little bit over the bed when the bed is retracted. But you can still get into bed here if you had to. And you've got those corner windows, and it's nice and bright in here. Now the main slide out is what's called a flat floor slide out. So if I get down and lay down on the floor here, it's smooth. There's no hump here. A lot of motorhomes have a big hump, especially if you go look at the dinette area. But not here. You have a nice flat floor, so you don't have this big hump that comes up 4 to 6 inches that you have to trip over every time you're moving around. So this is a more advanced type of slide out. So when I come over here, I switch it to the driver's side and I run it in. It comes up a little ramp, and then it moves all the way in. Now you have to make sure you've got clearance for your driver's seat. You don't want to grind up the driver's seat. Now with the slide in, we still have a lot of room in here to maneuver around. So that works out. Even with the slide open or closed, there's a lot of room in here. So let's go run that slide out, and remember, no hydraulic fluid going out. Moves, very quiet operation. Fleetwood has a very sturdy mechanism to support the slide out with this flat floor technology. It goes out and drops down into the little pocket, so you don't have that hump. There you go. And then a nice thing to notice, when you're sitting in your dining area, I can watch TV in the mirror even if I'm facing, but you also have your panoramic view to the outside, so you can keep your eye on what's going on around you. It got various chandeliers and lights over all kinds of storage compartments to keep all your goods, and very nice woodwork in here. A mirrored backsplash over your kitchen area, your kitchen countertop, makes it really easy to clean. If you splash grease or something over there, there's no wallpaper. It's very easy to clean it up behind there. So your roof equipment, you have a rear AC and a front AC. We're going to talk about the AC for a minute. Now this is fully ducted air conditioning. This is your rear AC, but it's towards the front, and this is a nice luxury feature because it forces the air but not the noise into the bedroom. So when you're over here in your castle sleeping at night, you don't have to listen to so much air conditioning noise, and you get a convection current to cool the you just get cool air, you don't get noise. And if you decide you're going to go out dirt bike riding or hiking or mountain climbing, you can open up your chill grills and stand up here and just get blasted by cool air underneath the AC units, or close that off to force that in the ducts. This has all fluorescent lighting throughout, lights underneath the cabinets, various reading lights everywhere, power outlets under the cabinets as well. Right here in the kitchen you've got a power outlet so you can hook up your coffee maker, which is very nice. So here's your sleeping configuration for your front beds. I've made the beds into the sleeping configuration so you can see. So your dinette is large enough. One, maybe two people can fit here. So let's put me in here. See if I fit. It's a little tight for two, but one could, someone a little smaller than me could fit there. Maybe two could fit in that position, but definitely two adults on this queen hide-a-bed sofa. So you have your guest sleeping area here, and then this chair can be removed or moved over to a different location, so you could set the chair over there if you wanted more room right here. So that comes out. You can literally roll the chair over there if you loosen it from the floor. Just walk around and show you a little bit more different angles, but you can easily get in and out of the motorhome past the bed. 32V Southwind is a very, very popular floor plan. We'll go and show the other sleeping. When you're ready to make camp, you've got these nice big curtains with little sticks, and you just pull your curtain around. They're nice and clean because this was, like I said, indoor stored motorhome, so this is extremely nice, clean. I don't find dirt anywhere. And then you can connect those together, but you have your privacy shade inside. And these are day and night window shades. So that's the day mode, and this is the night mode for keep it a little bit darker. There's also a shade to close off this window, and your entry door has an extra large window. Now you have that awning outside, and it does have a wind sensor. There's a little switch on the side here to enable or disable the wind sensor. You can open or close it from here, or there's a switch down there for your exterior awning. And you've got a little extender here to extend your countertops. You got your various switches, your little entry night lights, and so you got little night lights for your entry area. You got two of them here. So let's go up and take a look at the roof and the awning fabrics. This does have a ladder on the back you can climb up, but it's hard for me to hold my camera and climb a ladder. So we're gonna go up and climb up and take a look here, and wave the camera around so you can get a good look at it. Now the awning fabric is like brand new condition here. So you have fabric over the top of the awning. When you go to your beautiful campground in the wilderness and you have a big tree over the top of you and the squirrels are throwing acorns at the top, they land on top of the awning, and then when you put the slide in, they just fall off the side. And then this awning has a metal shroud over it. So when this awning is rolled up, it's protected from the sun so it doesn't deteriorate. And then this awning of fabric as well is very good condition. Now up there is your dish satellite receiver, which is like a brand new unit. You have your max air vent covers over your vents, and you have your 2 roof airs and your digital TV up antenna on the front, and you do have 2 skylight bubbles as well. So we're going to climb down and show you the other awning. So you've got this flat floor technology slide out, which means it lowers down at a slight angle. It's all like new. We're going to go underneath in a minute and look underneath. We have our V10 engine running, but let's go up on the roof first and take a look at the other awning fabric here. This fabric is also like brand new condition. And then your roof is nice and clean. It had the old satellite dish removed and sealed, and then they relocated the satellite dish to the back, which is protected if you hit branches or something like that. Maybe also boost the gas mileage a little bit by not having as many bulges, but your awning fabric is like new. And again, when you're at your beautiful campground with trees overhead and the leaves are falling out of the trees, you don't want to get up here with a broom and sweep this off. So that's why you have the awning fabric. Rain just runs off, and excellent condition. Roller creeper and roll around underneath and take a look at the chassis. So I told you I think this was mostly stayed in California here. It didn't go on too many or any long trips out of the area, and it definitely didn't go into snow country because it's in really good condition under here. That's your 80-gallon fuel tank. This is your towing hitch receiver, rated for 5,000 pound towing. You have a 7-pin connector, which looks like brand new, and there's no scratches on the bottom of the rear armor points, so this hasn't been bottomed out in the back either, so it hasn't been any crazy roadways. Now this has electric leveling jacks, which I'm going to stop here and explain what that means. A lot of coaches have hydraulic cylinder leveling jacks, and the problem with hydraulics is it has stored mechanical energy that if a hose breaks or seal pops, the RV could drop suddenly and then you would have a fluid leak. But these don't have any hydraulic fluid. It has a mechanical linear actuator that turns a jacking screw, which raises or lowers these jacks. And what that means for you, you could leave this up on the jacks for weeks at a time, and it doesn't have stored mechanical energy. It literally can take the weight off the tires and sit on these metal jacks for an extended period of time at your campground. And then the brakes and the shocks, they all look really good. I can see the brake rotor discs from here. They're nice and clean. Only 11,000 miles. There is no leaking, no fluid leaks. You have these really nice Alcoa 22.5-inch aluminum rims with these new Toyo tires. The Toyo tire size that they put on is 245 75R 22.5s, and this is much nicer tire than the Michelins that they came originally with. The problem I've had with the Michelin tires is that the tread cracks. On those Michelins, they get all kinds of cracks on the sidewall. I'm just not happy with Michelin tires based on what I've seen. I've seen so many problems with the Michelins, and Michelins are supposed to be one of the safest tires, reputably, but that's just not what I see, unfortunately. So you have the improved Toyo tires on here, and then these 22.5 Alcoa rims are really nice. These are not, most RVs just have like what's called a wheel simulator, which is a stainless steel cover over steel wheels, but you have the genuine aluminum rims. And again, on the front axle, the exhaust, there's no corrosion, no rust. Nice and clean under here. No signs of salt exposure. You have your big propane bottle here. It's not rusty, so all your propane for your cooking and your heat is in here. This is the back of the transmission. No leaks of fluid, not even moist at all. It's nice and dry. That's a good thing. You don't want any leak. So these Alcoa aluminum rims are very flashy, and then of course your Toyo tires are nice and thick here. All 6 tires were replaced, and let's take a look here for a second. I'm looking for something on the tire here, and then right here, these tires were manufactured towards the end of 2014, so these tires were probably installed on 2015. So the tires are about 3 years old. These Toyos, these can probably last 10 or 15 years before you'll have to replace these. These are very good tires. A lot of the truckers like Toyo tires because they're extremely good. And then on the engine is up front, and the radiator, there's no leaks, no fluid, dripping down or any kind of trails of any problems. All the suspension is good and tight. The springs are all ship shape, no damage. Another nice big aluminum rim. And then very thick tire treads. That's your brake rotor disc right there. Nice, good condition. Your shocks, no damage to the shock. We're underneath the slide out. We're looking at the slide out mechanism, the drive shaft, the exhaust, the transmission. Go on back to the rear. No leaks. Again, excellent tire tread. And right here we're at the generator. Onan Marquis, the Gold Series. 50 amp rated generator. Plenty of power to run both air conditioners and all your other gadgets and gizmos at the same time. I don't find any damage underneath. Very clean, nice motorhome. My name is Mike Johnson. Give me a call, 951-681-2101. Thank you.